Hello everyone, I'm Raul Gutierrez, founder and CEO of Tinybop. Welcome to our somewhat empty studios, and let's switch over to my computer and get this started. So let's talk about Tinybop. Tinybop is a digital media company, and most of what we've done up to date is the opposite of traditional storytelling. We make science apps that are models. We make construction kit apps where kids can make up their own stories. And we just started making games where story is implied but not articulated. Let me explain. So our Explorers Library series is a set of apps that are lushly illustrated. They cover big subjects, and they were inspired by school posters, children's encyclopedias, classroom models. There are 10 apps in this series. They cover the human body and space and weather and so on. Each of them are all about revealing the invisible, exposing systems, making connections, and opening kids to new ideas. So if there's a general formula to this series, it's that we choose a subject that we think is universal, generally a science subject, and we create a simulation where the learning is embedded in the interaction. So for example, with the human body, if we're exploring the skeletal system, we might show the skeleton, and if a child tugged at the spinal cord, the entire body would collapse. And so in that interaction, a kid might learn that the skeleton holds the body up. These apps are all about play. We try to create cycles where there's no beginning and no end. The point of this series is not so much to answer questions, but to prompt them. We measure success by the number of questions children ask. The second series is called Digital Toys. Digital toys are construction kits. They allow kids to give form to their imagination and bring creations to life. The first app in this series is called the Robot Factory. It's Apple's iPad app of the year a few years ago. Kids build robots. In other apps in this series, they build little versions of themselves. They do programming. They might build video games. To give you an example of one of these apps, this is a scene from an app called Me. And even though it's about me, it's really about all the people around a kid. So it asks children to create an avatar, and then we ask the child who's important in your life. And they might say their mother, their father, or friend. And then we have a set of questions, and we have, I think, 600 questions. And we say, what's my favorite thing about this person? What's something frustrating about this person? What's something I like to do with this person? And little by little in this app, children build a map of their lives and a map of their relationships. And unlike a family tree, we don't care if you have two mothers or two fathers or your family's non-traditional. It really lets the child build it from the way that they experience the world. Even though the app is called Me, it's really about all the other people in the child's life. It's one of my favorites in our portfolio. So with digital toys, if there's a formula here, it's that we have a construction kit, we have a set of parts, and we allow children to assemble those parts in any way that they see fit, sometimes in ways that are unexpected to us. Then we have a little bit of engineering to make all those pieces come together. And the output of these apps are the stories that children tell about the thing they've created. So in our Robot Factory app, some kids see robots as some idealized version of themselves. Sometimes they see robots as somebody that's going to help them or teacher. And so when we ask children about robots, we know we've done our job when they say, well, this is a helper robot. My mom, my dad's not around, and this robot helps my mom around the house because she needs a lot of help. And so that's how we measure success internally. Final thing that we just started doing is making games. So the first game that we've created is called Things That Go Bump. It was created for Apple Arcade, the new subscription service from Apple. We use ideas from both series here. We did have a little bit of a story. We had an implicit story. This game takes place in a house, an enchanted house where different things come to life. There are, different parts in this house that kids can put together in different ways, and they create little creatures, and they battle each other. And this is the first game that we made, and games are very different than the other things that we do, which are really toys. A toy doesn't have a beginning or an end. In a game, you're trying to win something or compete against something. And so it was a little bit of a departure from us, but it was quite fun and has led us to other things. Thank you.